What if I told you that the most iconic food of New York City was not pizza, but the bagel? Yo, you can get a great slice of pizza anywhere across the United States. Chicago, Detroit, Miami, even Los Angeles. But you can only get a phenomenal wheat bracelet right here in the Big Apple. We are kicking off this bagel adventure in the East Village with a stop to Tompkins Square Bagel, an old standby and probably one you were expecting, so I figured, hey, let's get it out of the way first. We ordered the bacon, egg, and cheese combination on an onion bagel. Bacon, egg, and cheese, AKA the BEC, is a standard New York order and my favorite bagel sandwich combination outside of smoked salmon. Tompkins Square Bagels pretty much always jumping, but I promise you it's gonna be worth that wait. Bro, Tompkins Square Bagels has everything you're looking for in a bagel shop. Number one, they make them on site. That means hand rolling them in the back, boiling them, then putting them in a hot ass oven for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. They are making these bagels fresh all day long. So no matter when you get that hankering for a wheat bracelet, you can stop in and get something delicious like this. I was putting together the list of our top 7 bagel shops in New York City and came across Popup Bagels, the only one not based in New York. They're actually from Connecticut. They do have one NYC location in Greenwich Village. You can pre-order them by the dozen or wait in a long ass line to get 3, 6, or 12. Since it's just myself and the rest of today, we got the 3. They got a lot of slogans. Not famous, but known. Bagels, not sandwiches. We ordered sesame, poppy seed, and everything. Scallion cream cheese. These aren't bagels that are pre-schmeared. You have to rip them
and then dip them.
We were fortunate enough to get a fresh batch of bagels. There was a dog inside there too, and they were feeding it bagels. It's got a nice fat wad cream cheese. It is raining down sesame seeds as I eat this. It's really good. They have a cinnamon raisin seasonal bagel, but they were all sold out of those. We specifically decided to go to Popup Bagels because we're not anti-hype. Honestly, if you want to consider yourself a food authority in any arena, be it YouTube, TikTok, or good old-fashioned blog posting, you have to be willing to go to the hyped up spots as well as the little hole in the wall that nobody knows about. Yeah, you might have to wait in line for a little bit. This was maybe like a 30 to 40 minute wait, but we got hot bagels. We saw them boiling them, we saw them baking them, and even though they're based in Connecticut, they're right here using our NYC water, so they're gonna be just that much better. Popup Bagels doesn't have indoor seating, doesn't have outdoor seating, but that's the case with most bagel shops around the city anyway. Thankfully, Washington Square Park is right around the corner. It's one of our favorite parks in all of New York. It's definitely the perfect spot to enjoy a nice warm bagel, soft and chewy. The sesame seeds are plentiful. There's raining all over my jeans, and it's delicious. It's a really, really good bagel. Highly recommend this one.
Behind the scenes, director of photography has to eat too.
Of course, phenomenal bagels can be found in all 5 boroughs of New York City, but especially here in Brooklyn. We've talked before about how the term Brooklyn bagel carries a pretty hefty weight behind it. Knickerbocker Bagel is definitely one of the best bagel shops in all of Brooklyn, New York City, and beyond. And we've been here a few times for the channel. We do the bacon, egg, and cheese. We do the lox and bagel. And since we've done all that other stuff, and you can normally get sesame seed and poppy seed, everything bagels, we wanted to do something a little bit unique, something that Knickerbocker does that nobody else can quite match. The French toast bagel with strawberry cream cheese. I've never heard of such a thing. So when we saw it on the menu, we said, you know what? Let's give Gusto Nation something a little bit different. They also have a blueberry cream cheese and a blueberry bagel, but let's get into this one. New York City is really famous for fusion foods, and this is right up that alley. Or maybe alley is not the right term because we don't really have a lot of alleys in New York. We weren't sure what cream cheese to get with this. Strawberry seemed like a good option because you can go to a brunch place and normally get French toast with strawberries and whipped cream and stuff. Now, this is not an everyday bagel. That's bacon, egg, and cheese. That's the lox and bagel. But if you want something a little bit different, maybe celebrating community college, getting an A on your report card, French toast bagel, Knickerbocker bagel definitely gets my A++. Haveabagel on Havemeyer Street in Williamsburg, Brooklyn is the perfect representation of a New York City bagel shop. It's very close to an NYC subway station. The J, M, and the Z train stop nearby at Marcy. It's packed pretty much every morning, and they offer a plethora of items, including bagels, sandwiches, chips, pop. It's basically bodega slash deli with a heavy emphasis on the bagels. This morning at Haveabagel, we got the everything egg bagel. When you compare this to our French toast bagel at Knickerbocker, this is more of an everyday order. It's got that yellow color because of the egg yolk, garlic, sesame seed, poppy seed. We got it toasted. Now, supposedly there's this huge debate on whether you should toast a bagel or not. I think it's just whatever you're feeling that particular morning. Let's try this wheat ring. For New Yorkers, the bagel order is often more personal than the coffee order. The plain cream cheese is solid, a little bit dripped out, but thankfully it didn't drop on my jeans. It fell on the floor. And because you can get great bagels all over New York City, it's a part of everyday life here. I wish I could say I eat a bagel every day. Show up at the bagel shop on Saturday or Sunday, get a dozen. Hey, now you got bagels for the whole week. Sounds like a good plan to me. Nice and chewy, a little bit of crispiness. And I really appreciate the cream cheese. It's a good flavor and it's not too much. Sometimes you'll go to a bagel shop and they slather it on there like it's about to expire and they just need to get rid of it. This one is a nice balance. I mean, I'm here for the bagel. If I really wanted cream cheese that bad, I'd stock up on Philadelphia and keep it in the fridge at home. When we walked into Haveabagel, there was quite a long line, but it moved quickly. They were frying up eggs and hash browns and bacon. Definitely a solid choice for you if you're looking for one of the best bagels in New York City. I have my father to thank for my love of bagels. Sometimes on the weekends, he would go to the local spot and grab a dozen that would last us the whole week. And other times he would buy the frozen bagels in the grocery store and heat them up in the morning. He would absolutely love the name of our next stop, Bagels Schmear. It's actually right around the corner from Madison Square Park. This time we got the egg bagel with the jalapeno cream cheese. Every bagel shop is more or less known for their specialties, and the egg bagel at Bagels Schmear was high up on that list. What kind of cream cheese would go with an egg bagel? Jalapeno cream cheese. Again, not your everyday order, but when you're eating so many bagels in a day, you gotta add some variety into the mix. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't finesse that like button. Maybe it's gonna be a little spicy, who knows? But I'm hyped to try this. The chew and the flavor on this bagel are incredible. And the jalapeno cream cheese, it makes the whole thing taste like a jalapeno popper. I'm gonna keep enjoying this because it's that delicious. They did have a couple of tables and some benches inside, but why not enjoy a bagel and jalapeno cream cheese on a beautiful New York City day amongst the trees and the birds and the screaming children. Our noble, legendary quest to find New York City's best bagel brought us to the Upper West Side of Manhattan to Absolute Bagels, where we got the Pumpernickel. Mostly because back in college, that was my rapper name, MC Pumpernickel. We just got the bagel by itself, untoasted, no cream cheese, no meat, no toppings. And that's because we have some cream cheese left over from Popup Bagel. We don't want to waste cream cheese. We want everybody in New York who wants their bagel with a little bit of schmear to be able to get that today. We're not wasteful on this channel. Not only is Absolute Bagels a favorite amongst Columbia students and alumni, it's also pretty much on every single New York City best bagel list, including Louis Gusto's. Cheers. We brought our Pumpernickel bagel over to Riverside Park, which is one of the loveliest green spaces in all of Manhattan. And that's one of my favorite things about New York City culture is you can grab food, bring it into a beautiful park, and enjoy it there. It's an essential part of the urban experience, in my opinion. And I don't care what type of food it is. It could be a bagel, a slice of pizza, or even a fried guinea pig. This bagel turns the chew dial all the way up to maximum, and I love it. It's got kind of like a rye bread type of flavor. Maybe pumpernickel is another word for rye. I don't know. I haven't done my research on it. The bagel is just such an important part of New York City history. It's been eaten for decades, and I'm glad that they're continuing to go strong with those traditional recipes and flavors like pumpernickel. Staying on the Upper West Side, we are at Zabar's, which has been a cornerstone of the community for so many decades. Right next door, they have Zabar's Cafe. We had to get the famous Nova Lox bagel sandwich. Smoked salmon, onions, capers, tomato, whatever cream cheese your heart desires. We went with scallion. And we chose a plain bagel because I know not everybody's into the seeds and the onions and the garlics. Sometimes you just want to go with a plain bagel. After all, that's what the emoji is anyway. Zabar's Classic Nova. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Of all the bagels we've had today, this one is maybe the least favorite of mine. However, the smoked salmon is phenomenal, and I think it makes it worth it. They did scoop a whole lot of cream cheese on this. Way more cream cheese than I personally like. I remember when I was a kid, I would always get it on the side so that I could dip it or just smear it on myself. This smoked salmon though is amazing. I don't know how many of y'all know the process of creating lox. First, you gotta catch the fish, usually in the Pacific Northwest. Then you gotta lay it out on a drying rack for about a month or two. Next, you fillet it, remove all the bones, the skin, the eyeball. Then you smoke it. And that smoking process could take anywhere from 2 to 5 years. This one is just good enough to put on the bagel. With the onion, caper, tomato, it makes it a complete sandwich. Enough protein for even the most discerning bodybuilder. We've collected an armful of wheat bracelets today in New York City, and truth be told, you can't go wrong at any one of these bagel shops. See you on the next food adventure. Peace.